45. Brown, 45. Hot, 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 hot.
7 hours of commercial-free football start now.
Yeah,
I've waited to hear that man's voice forever. I heard it last week, but I'm excited to hear it this Sunday when it actually happens. I use it so often, my kids use it. We are back. Who shot? Yeah, it was me. I did it, actually. Just to let you know. It was me, McMahon. I don't know when Coho's going to be here. And I made a threat to Scully because Coho liked my message, and now he's not here. So his will be picked by the audience, by us, if he doesn't show up by the prediction time. So that will be fun. We are back. We are predicting this season, this first week. We'll go through all the games. We will talk about our little notes. We will make our confidence picks on the call. We will do our eliminator pick, which I'll do one for this year, and then I'll be out. But because nothing can ever go right for me. And then we will also react to Coho's preseason rankings.
Which will be hilarious.
Will it make sense? I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I've seen it. It doesn't. There's absolutely it's like when college football does their preseason top 25 and like FSU was 10 because they had an undefeated season and they came back, and then they lose to Georgia Tech and then they lose to Boston College. They drop out, but that at least made sense to me, right? Because they don't know based on season and they're not going to do transfer portal things. Coho didn't care about playoffs. He doesn't care playoffs last year. He doesn't care anything. He just fuck it. Injuries, I don't think were factored in either. I think he just said, you know what? This is my vibe. So that should be fun. First up, I'll go to the man that lost the Super Bowl and got a player shot. Rosario, how are you doing, buddy? He wasn't, at least, hey, you did re-sign Brandon Ayuk. So,
yeah. Where the fuck is this Trent Williams fucking extension? I don't know.
He got it.
He got it.
He got it.
Yeah.
How do we know your team better than you do?
Yeah, that's sad, man.
When was that? Today?
Yes.
of course he did it today.
I just got home in time for the show.
We're not going to
so
play
I'm
the
gonna
Jets
fucking-
without it. There's only one person still holding out, I think, and it's Hassan Red.
Jamar Chase.
yeah. What we
Chase.
do not have is
sure.
money for what we do not have is money for Purdy next year. So we'll see what the fuck happens. Also, shut
not
the
really.
fuck up, Bar.
Am I wrong?
This is why I keep that clip of Tua Bailoa in the intro. So fuck with you. Jesus.
We don't
But
have a
in
set
all honesty, I do feel like I was watching somebody else's ranking of the NFL today, and they put the Niners at 4. And while I was hearing all the explanations, I was agreeing with fucking bothers me because I do feel like we should have won fucking last year, and I have a very bad feeling about this year. I don't want to, but I do.
Yeah, that could be. Next up listen, this man is always has a well-cooked dinner every time I see him on call. Must be fucking nice. Mark Menchaca, my favorite friend, my person I do 75 shows with. How are you? Texas A&M sucks. Yeah. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. You know, that rankings talk really hit close to home. Like, we're always in the top 25, even though we don't have a good quarterback. We never have a good quarterback. We have good quarterbacks after they leave. They become good quarterbacks. I mean, what the fuck, Kyler Murray? You couldn't do it, whenever you're wearing the fucking maroon and white. What's your fucking problem?
That's true.
You guys also had
Um,
Kingsbury.
I'm gonna go to seniority next. Sup, old fucker, up at the corner bar. How are you?
Huh?
Eagles suck. I don't know.
Huh?
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't had my tapioca yet. So, hey, Nazario, quick question. Have you guys learned the rules for overtime yet this season?
Fuck.
You
Have you learned
realize
about
that
the
that's
old-
not really what ended that game. But fuck you.
Okay, sure it's not.
And the man said, "Don't answer my question of how are you? Fuck you. I don't care anymore." Next up, Robert. You'll at least have a winning season at the end of this year. So how you doing?
Oh, good. Nazario, breaking news. They also restructured Debo's contract to save $14 million. So there's your Purdy money, maybe a little bit.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
NFL money isn't real.
I know everything should just be thrown in a Monopoly grinder and spit out at everybody like in a t-shirt cannon. I think that would be fun.
I'm just gonna open this Mayoko thread here so I can learn what's happening with my team.
Cam Hayward signed. That happened with my team today. That was the big thing. So he'll probably be there forever, and that's good. I want that for him.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome to Hit Stick, the show. We've done 27 episodes. We've cannibalized our own audience, made them panelists, and now everybody's going to be able to make a pick this season. We are doing confidence based on all of our picks. So basically 1 to 16. Some weeks we'll have less because of bye weeks, but all points. There will be an overall points champion, overall wins and loss champion. That'll be fun. The issue on the table right now is Coho has probably 20 minutes, maybe less, to show up, or we're going to start making his picks for him because he has not sent me the thing. So that's weird. But first, what is the Hit Stick without Coho's power rankings, how the show works as we each get to look at it and make a comment on it. And usually he's here to defend it. He won't be here to defend it, and I'm not here to defend him. So I will probably agree with everybody's asinine takes. So if you have it, let's see it.
Okay, here we fucking go.
Okay.
I'm terrified.
Me too.
Chiefs 1, 49ers 2, Lions 3, Texans 4, Bengals 5, Rams 6, Eagles 7, Bears at 8, Ravens at 9, Dolphins at 10, Cowboys at 11, Packers at 12, the Jaguars at 13, Seahawks at 14, Bills at 15, Jets at 16, Vikings at 17, 18, 19 is the Browns, 20 is the Commanders, 21 is the Colts, 22 is the Buccaneers playoff team, 23 is the Steelers, 24 is the Chargers, 25 is the Cardinals, 26 is the Saints, 27 Titans, 28 Giants, 29 Broncos, 30 is the Raiders, 31 is the Panthers, and the worst team in the league is the New England Patriots. So raise your hand if you would like to go first and make a comment. Or if you just agree, you can say you agree. Nazario.
The Vikings are too high.
Yeah, I mean, they have a great receiving crew.
Who's going to throw the fucking ball?
They don't have a guy to throw the ball. It makes zero sense why the Vikings would be higher than the Falcons, which is their old quarterback is sitting alone. And there is, I would argue, Justin Jefferson, but I would argue the talent on the Falcons may be better than the Vikings. So
yeah, but they're still the Falcons. So
I mean, they still went to a Super Bowl, which is more than the Vikings can say.
I picked the Falcons as my disappointing team of the year, but they're definitely better than the Vikings.
And here, I'm just going to pull the Band-Aid off. Like, there are two that I want to point out.
Okay.
The Rams at 6 make, like, if we're doing off-season acquisitions, Aaron Donald quit playing football.
He did.
Like, Cooper Kupp is another year older at this point. Like, they have good running back, but like what screams that they are better? And then I'm sorry.
4 letters.
We haven't
PKA.
we haven't seen the motherfucker play football.
Yeah, that's the
The
one.
Bears at 8.
That's insane.
No, you can't even put like. I'm okay if you want to argue in they're number 16. They're in the back half because of the offload. But all those teams ahead of them, like the Ravens went to the AFC Championship game and they added Derrick fucking Henry. I'm sorry, I don't know how that makes the team worse than the Bears that haven't played a game before. It makes no sense.
I also think the Bengals at 5 is kind of crazy.
Thank
Joe
you.
Mixon is gone,
A little bit, yeah.
and Burrow hasn't. We don't know what Burrow is gonna look like. So
He can't throw 3 days in a row. He can't. They don't let him because they're worried.
I think that's a smart strategy.
No, it's smart. It's a effective.
But no, the Joe Mixon thing doesn't bother me in the league. Like we've learned one thing about this league: running backs are plug and play. It really does. Like unless you have a CMC or somebody insane behind the backfield, they're plug and play at this point in time.
I mean,
like
don't
the
tell
Rams
that to Barr.
their
He just
guy-
got fucking Saquon.
huh?
Don't tell that to Barr. He just got Saquon.
No, I think Saquon's in that argument of like a top tier, like that can change an offense if healthy. But look at the Rams last year. What they lose their 2 back to back, and then got their third string came in and decided to like be insane. Like again, it's plug and play. Like I think run fast, go through the holes. Like if you're good, you're good. If you're Trent Richardson, you're not going to be good. Like there are people that just don't translate.
If you don't have an offensive line, you're not going to be good.
Yeah, I think
Rob,
that's part of the
what's your-
problem. Yeah, the Bengals and Ravens things, my bias showing, but they did lose linemen. The Ravens lost Mike McDonald, which we don't know what negative impact that's going to have, despite the Henry signing. Bengals, who knows when Jamar Chase plays, and they got a bunch of people in contract hell that are probably angry. I think the Jaguars at 13 is that's a little much for my liking.
I don't like the Bills at 15 either. I mean, yeah, they lost Stefan Diggs, but he's a dick. So
They lost more than that. But
They lost a lot more
I
than
don't
that.
know, but Josh Allen is still there, so fuck that.
Did anybody else notice? Like, go ahead, Bar. I'll say mine after.
One that I'm actually just like kind of confused about is the Buccaneers at 22. Like, I'm not saying they're a top 10 team, but like if they were slotted in at 15 or 14, I think that would probably make a lot more sense. Because like you still have Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Rashad White, that defense in particular. They're a team that's still going to be like having a winning record. So 22 below the Commanders is a little insane.
The Commanders won. That's what was going to be my comment.
Yeah.
That makes 0 sense. I mean, yes, they got a new quarterback, but like, that's not the like. Sure, but I again haven't seen him play in the NFL. It's just a weird pick. Like, and this is power ranking, so this is not playoff like projections, right? Because if it was, I think you could argue that the Bucs would be higher because they have a better shot to make the playoffs because of their division. I still think that team in a whole is at best 9-8, 10-7. Like I don't think they go super high into a high rate, but
Yeah,
I think
they're like a 10
I
and
think-
7.
the one that I mean, say what you will, Deshaun Watson, they brought Joe Flacco out of the flipping. The Broncos, the Browns are not 19. Like that, if we're talking defense alone, better than the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm sorry, by a large margin, that team is better than the Jacksonville Jaguars.
He has 3 playoff teams from last year who are in the bottom half of this league, who virtually nothing has changed for all 3 of those teams.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, and
I was going to say the Commanders thing's like a purging of the Dan Snyder thing and moral base, but then the Browns are right above them. So that
I also don't like. This is not like Eagles. Like, I'm not an Eagles fan, but like,
Yeah, 7 is ridiculous.
Eagles at 7 doesn't like. Yes, they collapsed. They 100% collapsed last year. There's no question. No one has said it. I will say it. He was injured. He was fucking hurt.
He was definitely injured. He got injured in that Niners game.
Look at him play.
Couldn't
Every
run.
time in that knee, he was fucking injured. He
And
couldn't
I can show you what fucking play it was too.
You whiny bitch. Shut up. I'm just saying, I would put them at 5. Adding Saquon alone, and I think with that team, if he's healthy, now losing Jason, like you losing your center, I think that offensive line is plug and play. I think they have enough guys built up where they have the team. I will stand by it too. Jacksonville at 13, you can go fuck yourself. I'm sorry. That team is bad. Trevor Lawrence has been bad. He is bad. He is he is middle of the road quarterback. He is nothing more.
But he's the savior of the league, Cody.
Yeah, he's Fabio that fucking sucks. I hate that motherfucker.
I have 2 personal opinions here. Like, even as a 49ers fan, I think the Lions should be above the Niners as current state is. I think, because I made some fucking money betting against the fucking Lions with Cody last year. But I can admit that at this particular moment in time, I don't know if I would pick the 49ers over the Lions in a straight up match. Also, I know it's fun and it's kind of like the thing in 2024 to shit on the Patriots. But what the fuck have the Panthers done to be like definitively called better than the Patriots? I would still think they are the bottom team and let them play it out to see what the fuck happens.
I mean, one of the quarterbacks is a rookie and the other isn't. So,
well, my only thing that will help in that one is the Panthers play in a far worse division.
Yeah, that's true.
Then the Panthers could easily beat the Saints. Like there's a conversation of them beating the Saints. Like everybody thinks it's 100%. I don't know if it's 100%. Other than that, I'm trying to give Coho the benefit of the doubt, but like,
why?
I'm no like of him coming before we start laying in picks. I guess he has until he shows up. If he has to show up in the call to get the picks in, because but he's
By
read
the way,
the
we have 5 live viewers. That's nice.
We have 5.
Look at us.
Yes.
Fuck, guys.
They're not in this room, right?
You guys want to be on the show? We'd like to just bring people in. Okay, well, Coho has right now until the end of the show to make his selections. If he doesn't, he will be picked by us. We may be nice, we may be mean. I don't really know.
I mean, we could just pick him off as genius rankings. So,
Oh my gosh, I think we should do that.
I think.
That's you know what, that would be a good idea. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so I will bring up a game. We will discuss if we have anything to say about the game, and then at the end of the thing, I'm writing it all down. But we will talk about everybody's confidence pick of what, what everybody has. So the first game,
Scully's pick off of Coho's genius rankings as well.
No, so Scully sent me his.
Oh, okay.
So he did what was supposed to happen. And that same thing would have happened for Nazario. So the first game on the slate will be the Ravens coming to Arrowhead for the defending champs. Some would be like, what? You're going to not like say that? No, it's the first game of the season. So why would we do that? So let me write this down. Anybody has just a talk about the game and what to expect?
I think I was listening to stuff today, and I agree that this is probably way more important for the Ravens to like show a new look. Like we're purging what happened last year in the championship game, and we need that. We have Derrick Henry. Yeah, like we can run the ball when we're supposed to, when it's appropriate. And I think last year showed the Chiefs don't give a shit how they start, because they'll just end up at the end anyway. So Ravens really need this. I think absolutely more.
I mean, if anything, it proved last year they lost to the Lions and didn't matter.
Didn't matter.
Like I live in Missouri, so I live 3 hours away from Arrowhead, so we're in Chiefs Kingdom. Like once the Rams left, it's the Chiefs. But I think I said it last week on the show. Everybody's chance, especially in the AFC, was last year.
Mhm.
They gave you a shot. They all said, "Here, take it. Do you want it? You can just take it." Everybody shit down their leg. They let Mahomes go on the road in the postseason. Let him win on the postseason. Let him go to the Super Bowl, probably against the biggest super team that he's faced up to that point, and he beat them. Now, a torn Achilles running on the field, George Kittle being injured. Like, there's a lot of things that went terribly for the 49ers in that game. But overall, they lost. They didn't know how the overtime rule worked. So just wild stuff. So, Mark, what is any takeaways from this game before we get points?
I mean, I feel like on some end, I don't think there's anything we're going to learn from this game, even though it's like kind of a big game. I think it is probably more. We'll probably learn more about the Ravens. We'll learn nothing about the Chiefs. Like if the Chiefs get completely destroyed, I'm like, whatever. Like I don't care. Like it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
like it just like I mean, which is why I'll get to that later. But it doesn't matter for the Chiefs. Ravens, I think, probably has something to prove, and it's going to be regular season Lamar. So I'm like,
Yeah. Okay. So we'll get overall point totals for this confidence. I'm going to just lead. This is my one. I think there are closer ones out there, but this is my one for the simple fact is I don't know. Like, on paper, I don't bet a bet against Patrick Mahomes. Like, I'd rather just lose than bet against him. But also, I could see the Ravens being the most motivated that they've ever been to avenge a loss. They avenge that loss, and then that happens. So, my overall take is 1 point because I don't think this is one that I gain much ground if I go super high and like the Lions did last year, just spoil it because I'm not going to bet against Patrick. So I have one on this game, and I am picking the Kansas City Chiefs as the 1 point. So that's my choice. Yes, Nazar, you look like you had a question.
No, I was gonna go next because I have two feelings. One is that I am perfectly convinced that the Baltimore Ravens are gonna fucking kick the living shit out of the Kansas City Chiefs. They are gonna destroy that team. They're gonna wreck them because they're gonna show up and know that this is meaningless in the big picture, and the Chiefs are not gonna give a shit and gonna get their asses handed to them. But at the same time, I also believe that Patrick Mahomes exists solely to fuck me in the ass, which is why I also put him as my 1 pointer of the week because I expect the unexpected.
So we are in the inverse, so that's already fun. We'll go to the senior citizen of the crew, Bar. What is your point value? And
so I have this as my 2 pointer. One thing that we forgot to mention is that I bet more on this than you did. Okay.
Wow.
One thing that I think we forgot to mention about this is that Rashee Rice apparently is actually going to be playing this season with like full season, no punishment. So
didn't want to upset T Swift.
Yeah, I guess so. So I think having him alongside Xavier Worthy is going to be that little extra push that I think is going to. Well, like I think they're going to have that other offensive.
Motherfucker, they won with cinder blocks as hands. Like it don't fucking matter who's out.
I know, but Rashee Rice was part of that bit. Let's be honest.
He's pretty fast in cars.
I have the Chiefs winning 2 points.
Okay, Mark.
Yeah, bunch of fucking high rollers for that first game out. So, can't really talk too much. I'm only betting 2 on this one as well. But I mean, I'm gonna go with the Ravens, kind of for a lot of the reasons Nazario said. I just don't think the Chiefs. I don't think there's gonna be huge sense of urgency to get out on top of this one. I mean, it's gonna be if the Chiefs win, it's gonna be because of the defense, because it's gonna be Worthy's first game. They're gonna be without Hollywood Brown. It just feels like things are gonna start out kind of slow, and yeah, I feel like the Ravens are going to come out here with a point to prove. But still, at the same time, it is the Chiefs. So, I'm only taking for 2.
Like last year when they gave them the metric and they're like, gave ESPN enough things to talk about for the week to carry them on into Sunday. Be like, is the Chiefs dynasty over? Is it crumbling? What happened to the Chiefs? Or does it count for the Lions? Is this just a fluke because Kelsey wasn't on the field? Like, it gave everything. So, yes, this will give ESPN and Stephen A. Smith, it's over. It's done. The Ravens are the best team in the NFL. And then all of a sudden, nothing happens.
So much for a three-peat.
So much for a three-peat. Robert, you love one of these teams. So I can't wait.
Yeah, I guess I'm going to be the high roller of this group, the one who puts the most risk. I'm putting the Chiefs at 5. And I'm doing that because there's a couple things. The Lions won by 1 point last year, but as Cody mentioned, there was no Kelsey. There's also no Chris Jones, which is a big fucking deal. And Rashee Rice is a year out, and was great last year. So I think there's a thing about like, let's look at the new look offense, and Patrick Mahomes wants to put up 40 points on this fucking Ravens team who thinks they're as good as us when they're not. So looking at the matchups, I'm going to go with 5 on the Chiefs. I got 5 on it. That's a joke.
You would be the high roller of this if there wasn't one Warhawk hiding in the distance. Thomas Scully has picked the Kansas City Chiefs for 13 points. And he gave me a score prediction, which I will read. Chiefs 28, Ravens 17.
Wow.
Okay.
So, all right.
That sounds reasonable.
Covered.
And Coho is useless and not here, so nothing. Now we will go. You did this, and Robert left.
Yeah. What the
That's
fuck?
crazy.
Put these thumbs away.
This motherfucker's got magic power. Okay.
Shit.
Yeah, fucking put those holster that fucking kid. God damn. Okay. All right. So next game, the Battle of the Green, where you can't wear green, but they are wearing green. I don't know.
Wait, why can't they wear green?
Gang related stuff.
Gang related in Brazil, but so the NFL
and they picked the fucking green teams.
Really smart.
They could have literally said the Vikings and fucking like the
Buccaneers
and the Raiders.
Yeah.
By the way, I know this has nothing to do with it, but there's a City of God TV show.
There's.
You guys have another show to talk about that stuff.
Yeah.
All right. But it's surprising. Like I saw that in HBO Max. I'm like, what the fuck?
We'll get you talking forever about something that doesn't matter. Okay. Green Bay goes to the Eagles. Gosh, is there a fan of one of these? Fuck. All right, we'll go with Nazario first. Nazario, I think you're the closest to a fan base of one of these. So, go ahead.
I hate them both. I have hated the Packers since the 90s. There was a stretch there where we couldn't do anything to fucking beat Brett Favre. And I've always resented him, but I have had a very nice time kicking Aaron Rodgers' ass in the playoffs for like a long time. So just giving of that, fuck the Eagles because I hate them more now, and I pick the Packers to win this game.
Okay. What's your point total?
Like my bet?
Yes.
5. I'm not that
Green Bay for 5. All right, Bar. Go ahead.
I think this is going to be really close. I do.
Yeah.
I think that these are 2 really good teams. I think
I'm
that
a fucking politician. God
no,
damn.
seriously. Like I respect the
Ed
Packers.
Cruz on the call. Go ahead.
I respect the Packers as a team. They've got a lot of talent there. Their defense is a question mark right now, which no, they kind of are. They have a new coordinator who's like, I think it's his first season coordinating in the NFL. So there's a question mark around the defense. Plus, their defense was ass last year. Let's be honest with ourselves. They almost lost to the fucking Panthers.
Look ahead.
So hey, look, we got Mitchell, we got DeJean. So
You got
yeah.
a white corner.
Yeah.
Those are rare. So
They're fucking mythical creatures. What are you talking rare? Those fuckers don't exist. Like, I'm surprised they didn't make him a strong safety. Like out of the, you will not play corner.
no, know your place.
If Wes
So-
Welker was still in the game, I could see him guarding him. But other than that, no.
So I'm still gonna go with the Eagles here, but I'm only using this as my 3-pointer.
Okay.
You got no to you're going 8 and 9.
You said 3.
3.
I'll just go real fast. This is my 2.
Lol.
I just think they're close. I think I have no real read on either one. There's a lot of stock. If I was buying a lot of stock, Jordan Love stock, I would have bought through the roof. I could see him also being found out. Like this is technically would be his sophomore like slump. Like this is the second season that he actually actively plays. So there's a full script out on him now. And I wouldn't have bought a fucking share of the Eagles stock after last season's collapse. Like it's scary over there. Hopefully they figured it all out. They are a
Matt
fantastic.
Patricia.
You hide that. Listen, unpopular. Like this is what happens. Really, you get to hire who the fuck you hire.
No, I know.
You chose him, and not only did you choose him, after losing a couple weeks, you said, you know what? That's the guy. We're going to just turn over it too, and it became Meltdown City. So that pencil fucking geek decided to destroy your team. So I want 2 because 1, it's a neutral site. Anytime you take anybody to a neutral place, things don't happen the way they're supposed to happen ever. You get no real read on either team because they are traveling, different environment, way different temperature for both of these clubs. So at that point, I'm going to go 2 points. But I think the Eagles are overall should be the strongest team out there. So they are like one of the teams. I have them going to the Super Bowl. So that's why I picked them. Robert, if you were just born a little bit different part of maybe you could have been an Eagles fan. If you were still.
And I sliced my Achilles tendons if that was the case. But unfortunately, I don't have to make that choice.
There's a show that features that. You should watch it. But go ahead.
Yeah, neutral site game. I hope Jordan Love's good. He's my super flex quarterback in our fantasy league, and I would like him to be good, please. That would be great. I once had Derek Carr at that spot, and I wanted to fucking murder myself.
Oh, his arm falls off, but that's with me.
Yeah, that's true. That's fair. You with your Jalen Hurts and your Kyler Murray, motherfucker. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Packers. I have them at 3. I think this is kind of one of those like maybe the Eagles inverse the season, and maybe they start off slow, but then they pick up as they get used to stuff. So I like the Packers here.
The man that is always the most sensible did really well last year. Well, Coho's not here, so I'll pass it to Mark. Mark, what is your picks?
I just think, first of all, I just think it's funny they just put the 2 green teams in the country where they know green. Wonder if they thought about scrapping the game. It was like, oh, right, how about the Jets and the Dolphins? Like,
Yeah.
can't we get them to come over?
You think the Seahawks will take it? I think the Seahawks could take it. Let's put them in the lime green
Color
color rush jerseys. Just let's put them out there.
Anyway, yeah, I'm not going to have any confidence in the Eagles until, they prove to me that I can have some confidence in them. So I'm taking the Packers. Hedging the bets, maybe just a tad. I'd still got them at 8. So pretty confident with the Packers on this one.
That's fair. Okay.
76% of people pick the Eagles, which is surprising to me after the fucking car crash that they were last year.
Yeah.
People love Kellen Moore, man. I don't know what it is.
They love Saquon Barkley. They love
I think
fantasy.
Kellen Moore's a great offensive coach.
Not-
But
Romeo Dobbs is
Really
hurt.
that much.
Okay. We will go to the
What did
next
Scully
game.
say?
We're going to the what'd you say?
What did Scully say?
Yeah, it was cool.
Thank you. I thought that's what you said. So for that is his number one at 1 point. Not as confident as he was in the other one. He has the Eagles winning 26-20. I will also let you know that his scores, that he has some wild scores, but like not high on the ranking, but like it's clearly a blowout in one area or the other. So I don't know where that logic came from, but we'll see. I just went off a slate of like times games, so this is not like me picking and choosing where they go. But the first game I have on the slate is the Tennessee Titans versus the Chicago Bears in Soldier Field. I'm gonna pass to Robert first. Robert.
I think if this was in Nashville, I'd be a little bit more inclined to maybe look at Tennessee because I kind of like what they did this offseason, and I like Brian Callahan as a coach, I guess. But I'm picking the Bears, and I'm picking them at 6. They want to start out fast, and this is a good team to start out fast against, given that defensive please. So Bears, baby.
Mark, I didn't ask you. I forgot. I missed your point total at the last. So what was your Green Bay Philly?
8.
And who'd you have?
The Packers.
Okay. At 8 points. Okay. Man, I clearly don't listen to you when you speak. Okay. We'll go with Bar. Bar, what's your take?
Yeah, I'm actually in lockstep with Robert on this one. I have the Bears taking this one, and I have this also at 6 points. I also like what the Titans have done this offseason. They made some sneaky good moves. The fact that we don't talk about Snead going to the Titans is like as one of those like surprise ones is like really shocking to me. But I do think that the Bears, I think they're going to have like a strong start, and everyone's going to talk about Caleb Williams. The Bears.
I just want you to let you know. Look back in 4 years, and I want an interview from Snead that says that he regrets his fucking life choices for deciding to chase probably like $20 more million to go play in Tennessee when you could have been just in the Super Bowls every year. So congrats. Mark.
You know, I was just wondering because I didn't know what the hell happened to Mike Vrabel, and apparently he's with the Browns now, which seems nuts to me. I like a crazy hire from them. Anyway, yeah, this kind of feels like a trap game. Like we have a lot of confidence in the Bears, obviously, but you know, the Titans, like I don't know. I think the Titans would probably be. There's a chance they're sneaky good, and it's Caleb Williams' first game, so I do like the Bears to win. But I'm only going to go like 5 points. I'm not like, going to go crazy over it.
Nazario.
I think the Bears are going to bear. But I also think the Titans are going to tighten. So I'm picking the Bears. And I'm picking them by 9 points because I'm actually pretty solid thinking that what Bar said is correct, which I regret saying immediately. That is that the Bears are going to have a very strong start, and then we will see. Because I'm not saying they're going to crash. I'm just saying we will see. Also, fuck them for not keeping Justin Fields.
Okay. Wait, what was your point total, Nazario?
9.
I bet 9 on the Bears.
Okay. I'm also, so I bounced back and forth for a while in this game. I'm with Mark a little bit. I think it could be 100% a trap game because I'm like, yes, on paper, the Bears should just boat race this team out of the building. Like, DeAndre Swift, Caleb Williams, all those weapons. Rome Odunze is literally your third receiver. Like, you have Cole Kmet, which is great. You've improved. Your defense was super strong at the end of the year, and it's only gotten stronger. Yeah, but I could see Tony Pollard and fucking Will Levis just dancing on the field in Soldier Field, and everybody looking like, what the fuck just happened?
That'll be
Azaria
the
likes to
story.
point out- Azaria likes to point out that, Keenan Allen ate himself. So, like, he
So Burrows.
he became a big boy. So I'm at 5 points. I'm with Mark. I'm at 5 because I want to say I've been all the way up at 12. I've been as low as like 3. I'm going to settle in the middle. I'm going to go 5 because, yeah, I can't. I could see it happening. And anybody want to guess the number that Scully put?
14.
The Bears by 1,000.
I'm going to say he put them at 12.
10.
He's not
He's
wrong.
more, at least respectful. This one shouldn't take us the longest time. I think it should be everyone 16, but I may be wrong. You can raise your. I will just ask if everybody's wrong. But Cincinnati, New England Patriots going into Cincinnati with Jacoby Brissett. I'm at 16. Does anybody want to match me at 16?
Yes.
I have it at 16.
Markman Shock is saying, whoa, not so fast.
I'm going to guess it to like at 15.
So hold on, let me do this real quick. So Bar's at 16, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Nazario's at 16.
Yeah.
Robert is at 16.
I
I'm at 16, and I believe.
I mean,
Scully
but we did
is
pick
also-
the Bengals, right?
yes, Scully is.
That would be funny.
Yeah. Hold on.
16
60 points. Did anybody pick New England? Okay, thank you. So Scully also put it at 16. So Mark, I can't wait till we get to the 16 game because that will be better.
Oh, God.
But what we got?
Listen, I'm not out of my mind. It is 15.
No, you are. You are. Who, New
I
England?
just no. Joe Burrow's knee has to like completely break in half for them to even consider losing this game. Yeah. I'm just saying 16 for something else.
Okay. Love it. All right. So this one may have more interesting conversation about it. Arizona coming to Buffalo. I'm going to start with a person that knows the NFC West pretty well. Nazari, what is your take on this game?
I think the Cardinals are going to look a lot better than they did last year. And I remind you guys that the Cardinals actually were like really feisty with no quarterback for like the first half of last season. Like that team wanted to win, but they keep fucking it up.
Unless
They
it was
do
the
have,
Cowboys.
they do have Marvin Harrison Jr. now. So yeah, they're not gonna be the Bills. The Bills are still the Bills. Like they have issues. They lost Stephon, but honestly, I'm not sure that was completely a bad thing, as it can be evidenced with his behavior in the preseason in Houston. That guy is problematic, but overall, it will be a fun game to watch. But I do think the Bills are gonna solidly win this game by at least 10 points. So I'm betting 11 points.
Okay. You 10 points on Bills.
11.
No, I said 11.
Sorry, I was also typing in games. So Buffalo at 11 points. Let's go, Mark.
Slightly off. I found the fantasy football conversation around the Bills incredibly hilarious for the past 3 months because there's been a lot of gaslighting going on about like the Bills offense got worse after they stopped going to Diggs, which is fucking stupid. And yeah, like, Kurt Warner doesn't play for the Cardinals anymore. So, I'm not going to have a ton of confidence the Cardinals until they prove something to me. So I got the Bills at 14.
Okay. Bar.
I think this game will be relatively close. Yeah, as Nazario said, the Cardinals are scrappy. Like, no one thought Jonathan Gannon was going to be a good head coach, and he showed that he's at least capable with what he had. But I still think the Bills are going to win this, but I'm only going to bet 7.
Yeah. Okay. You have them at 7. Sorry, doing 17 things right now. Buffalo at 7. Robert.
Yeah, I mean, I'm bullish on the Cardinals. I think they're like an 8 to 9 win team. I think this will be a sneaky fun, like one of the funnest games of the week, because I think the Bills got worse defensively and they don't have Milano, which is not a surprise because he gets hurt a lot, but they don't have him. And I think, the Cardinals prove that with a modicum of talent and some time that they can beat a lot of good teams. They beat both Pennsylvania teams last year, for what it's worth. And they were very scrappy. I'm still going to take, if this was in Arizona, I might be a little peckish, but I'm just going to pick the Bills at 10.
Bills at 10. I'm at 11 for the Buffalo Bills. Again, I know the weapons, everything else. I think this is a very similar situation to the Chiefs. I don't truly believe, yes, they don't have right now, they don't have a 1, right? On paper, they don't have like a true 1. I don't know if that matters. Like, I think it will. I don't think there will be blowout games like normal, but when you have a quarterback like Josh Allen that can possibly make more decisions on his feet than out of his arm, like, he's dual threat, regardless what he is. He's not like a Lamar, but he's that. Like, he will change games with that. I believe he's good with the checkdowns. I think I'm very believing Arizona could be in the playoff consideration for the wild card. I just do. I think it would not surprise me if you flipped Seattle or you flipped one of those teams that were like pesky. I think Kyler is good. I just do. But I had to go with 11.
If he gave a shit.
I think 11 because going to Buffalo is. I think that's the factor that people don't. That is a town. Like, that environment is very scary to play in. So, and I don't think Arizona, new field, like Marvin Harrison's first game out, he's going to be checked real hard. He'll be good, but it's just like there's a lot of room to have mistakes. And I don't think if Arizona is going to pull the game, it's not going to be this one. But I'm with Robert. I think it's going to be probably the one game I want to watch out of this early slate.
For real.
All right, I will lead off. The next game is Houston versus Indianapolis. I am drowning in the Kool-Aid. I just am. Until proven otherwise, I'm there. I have Houston beating the Colts, and this is my 15-point game. I'm very confident in Houston. I think they are by far it's not the offense even. DeMeco Ryans is a coach. That defense is disgusting. They are ready to just smash people. And that comes from him. Yes, it helps that they have an insane offense built around Stroud. Like, this is a weird situation in the NFL where CJ Stroud and Caleb Williams, both a second-round pick and now first-round pick, are walking into the best offensive situations that you could easily dream of being that early of a quarterback. So Houston by 15, I don't think it's close. Oh, I need to also, sorry. Bills, let me look. Sorry, this is for Scully. Bill, 33-20, Bills over the Cardinals for 8 points for Scully. Okay. Bar, you made a hand gesture. I'm assuming you're in lockstep with me. Is that what
I
we're saying?
am. Yeah, I also have. This is a 15-pointer, and I also have Houston taking this one for the exact same reasons. Anthony Richardson has not proven anything to me, as much as everyone wants to fanaticize him. So
I have some news on that. So I watched this man in Gainesville be a complete ass. Like one of the worst quarterbacks I've ever seen play. I think Billy Napier is arguably one of the worst head coaches in any sport, and he is the head coach that Anthony Richardson played in. Those 4 games that he played were better than any game he ever played in Florida. So I don't know. And the head coach from Indianapolis came from the Eagles, I
Shane
believe.
Steichen, yeah, he's also the guy that made Justin Herbert actually look like really, really good. So he's
So
like a
my
quarterback.
thing is, if there's anybody going to get it out of him, very similar to like a Jalen Hurts that he worked with, I think Anthony Richardson could be something. But I'm with you on this. I don't. If it's going to be, it's not going to be this game. Like it will not be this game in my eyes. Mark.
Yeah, not too much different than you guys think. CJ Stroud's going to come out this game, chip on his shoulder. I think he's ready to go. Division game on the road, I don't think that shit matters to him. Texans win this one pretty handily, 13 points.
All right. Ooh, that Alyssa 16 is still out there. So that's where it's going to go.
I think I'm nowhere.
You had 13, right?
13.
Okay. Nazario, what you got?
I'm starting to think, Cody, look at my homework because I also have the Texans at 15, and this is the 4th game we have at the same point value, 3 in a row.
Did you send it to me?
I don't think so. No.
Okay, so fuck off.
Anyway,
Great minds think alike.
yeah, fucking Texans, man. What?
Great minds think alike.
I buy that. I'm just worried that Barr picked it too, and he's trash. But
That's true.
we're going with the Texans because the fucking Texans are gonna be a fun watch this year. Like I have faith. Like if the things like fit just right, we can have a beautiful Tetris game and maybe they'll get really fucking far without anybody really is expecting it. So I'm in with the Texans.
Robert.
As someone who picked Anthony Richardson as his number 1 quarterback in the Superflex League, I want big things for him. And all the experts think it'll be a good week for him. They're 0-9-1 in their last 10 starts. That's got to change some point. I don't think it will be this time. But divisional games scare me to start. So I have the Texans, but I only have them at 11.
Okay. Fucking Fabio bitch versus
Scully's.
Miami. Oh, Scully's got him at 7. Houston. Which is really weird. Super confident on like the Chiefs versus, but like this game, a little hesitant. Which I don't blame him. Like I could see it. I could see this one where we look up and be like, "What the fuck?" Like CJ Stroud's on his head. Like it's a disaster. All right, Jacksonville and Fabio versus Mushbrain and Miami Dolphins. And there's plenty of people you could call Mushbrain on that team because Tyreek Hill ain't fucking smart at all. We're gonna go back to Robert. Robert, who you got?
Fucking hate the Jags, man. I'm happy that they faltered so my team could make the playoffs, even though it was a very short playoff round for my team. I hate the Jaguars. I think they suck. I think they're fucking terrible all the way around. I wish we had Brian Thomas, though. You know, that's the one thing. But they didn't choose to go that way. Dolphins, you know, they start off strong always. And there's some cool things, apparently, Mike McDaniel's doing with, like, motion offense and shit. I have the Dolphins at 14. Beat the Jags.
I will be in lockstep with you because I am also Miami at 14. I think they are going to blow the fucking doors off of the Jaguars. Josh Allen, great defensive player. Oh, great quarterback, great defensive player. Need more than that I like Brian Thomas. I think I have drafted him in everything I possibly can. I think he's going to be one of those names that we look back and be like, yep, that dude's the dude. LSU receiver, why the fuck would I not think that? But overall, Miami, I think they're going to start off the gate strong. Tua MVP, Hill being this, blah, blah. I think it's going to be. And Trevor Lawrence is going to have like 230 and a touchdown and 2 interceptions and be like, what happened? I don't know. Like, yeah, because you fucking suck, dude. Like, deal with it.
And Coho Wem in top 10. Coming next week.
Dabo, fucking. All right. Bar, I'm interested what you have on this game.
There's always one surprising game at minimum.
Shut up.
I have the Jags winning this one.
Oh my god.
I feel I don't know. It's just one of those games when I looked at it, I got like those heebie-jeebies.
Oh.
Which has led me to be correct once before on this show. So I have this only at 1 point though. But I am gonna take the Jags over the Dolphins.
Nazario.
Are we in December? No.
No.
Then the Dolphins are gonna fucking boat race the Jaguars. I'm putting 12 on this one. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, Bar?
That's crazy. You put 12?
Yeah, 12.
Okay. Mark.
Yeah, I was wondering the same thing. I was checking my calendar, making sure we're still in September. I mean, week 1, they're at home. Like, they play really well at home. Like, Tua is not like, the greatest quarterback in the world, but he's shooing to throw for 500 on his home field. So yeah, like, give me the Dolphins 12 points as well.
Scully is also 14 points. So if we all lose, you're looking quite good.
Bar's going to take a insurmountable lead.
I know I started with Robert, but I'm going to start with Robert again on this one. This is the most confusing game of this one for me. I don't have it. The point value is still hard to determine. I'm between 2 right now. We're going Pittsburgh versus Atlanta. On paper, everything screams one way, but like, I know who the fuck Mike Tomlin is. I don't know. What do you got?
Mike Tomlin usually does well against his friends, and Raheem Morris is one of his best friends in the world. Yeah, you know me and the signia I wear on my chest right now. I'm picking the Steelers. I like Kirk's first game back off the Achilles. I think it'll be gross in the dome. I think there will be turnovers. I think there will be sacks. I don't anticipate much from the Russell Wilson thing. If Jalen Warren plays the two-headed rushing attack, I like Pickens. I think like Joey Porter will take out Drake London, and I think AJ Terrell will take out George Pickens. So then it's about the other weapons. I know Atlanta has more, but I like Steelers' ability to control the clock. So I'm going to pick the Steelers at 7.
Just to let everybody know, before he started speaking, I did lock in my point value. So this decision in a minute. You put 7?
7. Yes.
Okay. Mark.
Yeah, I think it will be a fun time for fantasy football after this game, because I think there's going to be a lot of people panicking on the Falcons offense, and I think it'd be a good time to swoop in. Yeah, listen, like, this is a whole new offense, new quarterback, and they got it. Their first game is going to be against one of the best defenses in the league. Like, I'm just not really seeing it. I do have a lot of faith in the Falcons in general, but they're just going to get off to a rough start, which, why going with the Steelers at 9.
Oh.
9, okay. I'm going to go, I'm at 4 for Pittsburgh. What was your point? 9, you said?
9. It was higher, but like there was another game that scared me. So, I did a little switching around.
I went 4 because I think either way, like, the public is like, I think 72 or something on Pittsburgh, or on the Falcons to win this game. I think this is like a classic, like, survivor pool pick where somebody picks this, and then this is the game that blows up everybody's. I think when the trenches are there, I think this comes down to the defensive line of the Steelers versus the offensive line of the Falcons. I think the Falcons have a weaker offensive line, and I think TJ Watt feasts. I think he just does. I would be scared. I could also see this game being fucking batshit and Falcons winning this because the offense is there. But if this game is a blowout, it's got to be the Falcons 100% of the way. But if it is close and it is in the numbers, I'm going with Pittsburgh, and that's where I think the game will line up. I think it will take a few games to get under live action games for the Falcons to roll. I think the AFC North, this team was built on fire. Like this team is built in the trenches. Like they are war tested. They have to be every week. So when they play weaker teams out there, they just look better. So that's why I'm going to go. And I think Harris and Wharton have an insane. Like I think they have a great game. Because I don't think the D line of the Falcons is good. Where they need to be against that two-headed threat.
Yeah, the only problem is the O-line. There's like 2 rookies, maybe 3 starting for the Steelers, and that's scary, but they're talented. So
Desario.
This fucking game, man. I don't know where the fuck it's gonna go. I bet 3 points on it, to be fair. Like before I even decided who's gonna be, I was like, no, this is gonna be my 3. Pretty fucking low. And I started seeing the Falcons are fucking what the fuck, man? Michael Penix. I don't watch college football, and I know that was a stupid pick. So that tells you something. But just about when I was about to select the Steelers, Jim Green sent me a clip of Mr. Unlimited. Because he's Mr. Unlimited. And he likes his new persona of Mr. Unlimited. And it woke me up. So I'm going with the Falcons.
Fair. I can't deny that that's fair.
You know what? That's the most sound logic that you've ever picked. So how many points? 3 points for Atlanta.
Yeah.
Okay. Bar.
5 points for Atlanta. I completely see this game as the whole, Russell Westbrook doesn't look good. They made a mistake making him the starter, not Justin Fields, and blah, blah, blah.
Dude, they signed Russell Westbrook.
Rather it be Russell
Wilson,
honestly.
sorry.
Westbrook is in Pittsburgh.
Nice flight from Denver.
He might do a better job as quarterback, though. Who knows? But yeah, I'm just gonna. I almost got talked out of it and switching it, but I still see this as a game where Russell Wilson looks like the Russell Wilson of the last 2 years, and everyone jumping on the Falcons' dick again.
Whoa, dick jumping. We do not condone here at the Hit Stick.
Unless you're into that stuff, which that's you.
No, but you shouldn't jump on anybody. So
unless that's what you're into.
Ask politely before you leap. Okay, consent is important. You heard that first from the Hit Stick. Scully has Atlanta with 9.
Oh, he's dead to me. He's super dead to me now.
So we're split as a show. Mark, Robert, and me are on Pittsburgh. Scully, Nazario, Bar on Atlanta. So Coho will decide that, but this will break. You could not pay me enough money to sit on my couch and watch this game.
Ooh.
Carolina going to New Orleans, I would rather eat glass and then shit it out. Dennis Allen is a fucking disaster. Carr sucks. Olave might have scrambled brains. I'm still going with the Saints, and I'm going with 6 points because it is in the only reason it is at home. It is at home, and I still think Carolina is a bad team. I think Bryce Young, I watched him play at Alabama. Nothing screamed insane quarterback IQ. I just don't see it.
But the test.
fuck the test because CJ Stroud failed it and did way better, whatever the fuck that meant. I believe that was planted by Houston. I will swear to God that was planted by Houston to sway the fucking Carol. We'll trade our whole fucking draft future for fucking Bryce Young. And CJ Stroud's like, hey, I was just here at 2. You could have had like what? Okay. Yeah, 6 points. Scully's at 4 points for Saints. Bar, you seem like you know what the best shit is. Go ahead.
Dennis Allen doesn't even have the respect of his own team. So why in the hell would I trust the Saints? I'm picking Carolina here for 4 points.
The midget's gonna get it done. All right. Nazario.
Both teams are trash. But I was arguing earlier that I wasn't even sure that the Patriots were worse than the Panthers because the Panthers have shown me nothing. So for sure, I'm picking the Saints over the Panthers. But not so sure because I only bet 2 points.
Who'd you pick?
Saints.
The Saints.
2 points. Okay. Mark.
Yeah, I originally had this at a higher point value, and then as the show went on, I'm like, I don't know what I'm thinking because we're all right about talking about the Saints. They're just the biggest mystery, and they're also now figuring out that Dennis Allen really hates Kendre Miller for some reason. Like, what's going on there? So I don't know. I originally had them higher because they're still the Panthers, and the Panthers still suck until further notice. So I'm going to take the Saints at 7.
Robert.
Hate myself for what I'm going to say. Hate it.
Okay.
I am going to say it. Panthers spent a lot of money on their offensive line this year. It could mean nothing. It could mean something. Vibes. This is a vibes game. It's a week 1, another interdivisional game. I know it's a funny thing to say, but I'm calling this a vibes game. And this could be one of those things. It's like Deontay Johnson. They feed him like so much, and everybody's like, "Why wasn't he in the top 5 rounds of fantasy? Because he's gonna get all the volume." And it's like, well, because the guy thrown to him sucks. That's why. But I'm picking the Panthers. There's something about like new coach smell. Like we get off in the right foot, Dave Canales. But I'm only picking.
Don't forget what Canales did for Geno Smith and Baker Mayfield. So
yeah, but I'm only picking it for 1 because again, divisional games scare the fuck out of me. So
we can all discuss this, but no text back to any of our comments. This should be a suspension for Coho at this point? Should we suspend Coho? Should he have to join somebody to be their
Wasn't
team
he suspended already for the draft?
Oh, fuck, you're right. This is multiple things. I think him and Scully have to be like a team on their things.
Ooh.
I think that they both should have to wear a Packers jersey for the next episode.
I don't think they own one, and I don't want to like pay for it. So, and I don't want to make them have to spend money on them. That's weird. But we'll discuss it. We might do a trial of Caleb Coho one of the weeks and like decide his punishment. We might have to make him watch like Packer highlight films on call. For, like,
give us a report on why the Brett Favre
3 hours.
Yeah.
Okay, next game. The Vikings.
Wait, did you say the Scully pick?
He had New Orleans at 4.
4.
Okay.
Minnesota Vikings going to MetLife. Sam Darnold versus Daniel Jones. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Go ahead.
You vote close.
I was a little late to the Danny Dimes hate train, but I'm aboard now. I don't know what's happening with New York. I don't know if they are just throwing good money after bad. At some point, somebody has to fucking, what was the name of that chicken booth? sometimes you just gotta tell them that the guy that is in quarterback for your team is actually a giant chicken. So if nobody's gonna point it out, I'm gonna say it. Danny Dimes is a giant chicken. Let's get a real person. So I'm gonna go with the Vikings, even though they have no one to quarterback, because you know what? Sam Darnold was mid with the 49ers, and that is better than Danny Dimes. So I'm going 8 points on the Vikings.
Robert, go ahead.
I have a bad feeling about what the turf at MetLife is going to do to the Vikings. Probably the Giants as well, but mostly the Vikings because they're not used to it. I kind of like.
If they lose
We know how it is in the first game of the seasons.
It's rough, and I kind of like the Giants' pass rush, adding Brian Burns, Kayvon Thibodeau. I don't know how the Vikings sort of combat that with what Darnold can or cannot offer, depending on how you look at it. And I think they want to get I think they want to like unleash neighbors here. And I Danny Dimes, for all his regrettable attributes, he can at least get the ball down the field to somebody on a fly route. So I kind of like the Giants here at home, and I'm picking them at 2. But I'm not super confident because it is relying on Danny Dimes, and I hate that for myself.
Bar, you've been so eager to talk. Go ahead.
I actually have this as my 9-point game. And I am taking the Vikings, and I will give you one reason why. It is the Giants O-line. The Giants O-line is hot garbage. And I think that even though they lost Danielle Hunter, I think the Vikings defense will be just good enough to keep coming at Danny Nichols, and just put so much pressure on him. So I definitely think that the Vikings are winning this game.
Mark.
You know what? I already wrote it down, so I'm not changing it.
This is 16.
That'd be great.
No, we're still gotta wait for that one. Listen, we've been like shitting on the Vikings like this entire time, and when we did that, game prediction, like we had the Vikings winning 3 games,
something like that.
We all think they suck, and we're all coming in here. I don't know, but I think they could beat the Giants. Listen, I feel like the Giants are at least a kind of made team at this point, and they're playing at home. There's no reason I think I have any confidence in the Vikings as of right now, which is why I picked the Giants for 11 points.
Oh my gosh, I love this. Love this fucking take.
So here's my thing. Where did Sam Darnold play football last season?
Candlestick, or whatever it's called now.
I believe he came in and played.
Levi Stadium. It's not even the same stadium.
I know. I changed it to Levi.
I believe he came in and played for them.
Yes.
He couldn't perform in that fucking offense. Let me tell you right now, he damn sure can't perform in that Minnesota offensive line. I am with the Giants for 7 points, and I am very confident. The pass rush alone, if I didn't lock it in, I probably would have put higher point value. I think this is a game that the people are like, oh, it's the Vikings. Like, they have Justin Jefferson. They have Addison. They have the motherfucker. They got nothing. They got nothing if they can't get them to the damn ball. They are terrible. He is an awful quarterback. That's why I was dead set on putting him at the worst quarterback, because he can't achieve in any system. And even if the quarterback whisperer is in Minnesota and the head coach, motherfucker, Justin Jefferson's going to pull an Antonio Brown and take his fucking jersey off and head to the locker room and be like, I'll see you next year. Why should I risk an Achilles when this fucker's on my quarterback? Not a chance. He doesn't even have a protection over the middle in TJ Hawkinson. He's not even playing there for right now. His check down receiver is made of fucking tissue paper in Aaron Jones. Like, it screams Giants, especially with the pass rush. Like, I think Sam Darnold is in a fucking disaster all game long. Like, yeah, so it's Giants for me. And
To
Scully
be fair, Sam Darnold had 197 yards, 2 touchdowns, and only 1 interception in 2023. 85 as a passer rating.
he had 85 passer rating with fucking 49ers. So what do you think? If that's 85, what do you think the rating is with the Vikings? He doesn't have Trent Williams blocking for him.
That's a big deal.
Like, Trent Williams is... I told everybody this last year. I think Trent Williams should have won MVP. They would never give it to an offensive line, but that man is a game changer. When he breaks off and blocks for people, he's terrifying. That's why they extended him. They knew exactly. Purdy would have died. So Giants, Scully's at 2 points for the Giants. This game, I believe also I think I may have found Mark's 16.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
The Denver Broncos are coming in to the 12th man, Seattle. Bo Nix under center and arguably struggled in games in Washington. I mean, he did well as Oregon quarterback, but when he had to play Washington, he didn't do too hot twice. So, Seattle, I'm just going to lead to this. My Seattle pick is 12 points. I, again, have seen Bo Nix play. I think Bo Nix is fine. But when Sutton is your only option, and Seattle has weapons and a great defensive-minded coach now, I think Bo Nix is going to be in big trouble. I do not believe. Mark, am I right?
I mean, it's in the double digits.
Okay.
I know it is 16.
I think I knew it as
Oh,
well.
maybe I do too. Dang it.
I know it
Going to Florida?
Yeah. I
Let's
figured
just say, like,
Okay, that's right.
yeah, I'm kind of, going into Seattle is a tough way to start your NFL career. Like, it's not gonna.
How many false starts do you think that he was going to have in the first week? Like,
It's not gonna go well. Like, yeah,
Pat
like
Beverly versus Lonzo Ball in his first game against him, just in his face, not letting him move or breathe.
it's a 10-pointer. It probably maybe should have been a lot, but 10 points, Seattle.
I like it. Nazario.
As you said, the NFC West is gonna be a solid division this year. I still don't know what they're gonna do at quarterback, but for right now, whatever they're doing is working. They finally got rid of the most fucking hated guy ever in their coaching because I hate it. That smug motherfucker face. But I do believe that they're gonna beat the Broncos. Maybe they can use some of that Walmart money to, get actual players in Denver at some point.
What's your point?
13 points. 13 points, Seattle.
For Seattle, okay. Bar.
Oh my god.
God bless Bo Nix. No. I still think that Bo Nix is going to be a surprise, but he's going up against the Legion of Tomb. I was wondering. But he is going up against a defense that is that is supposed to be really, really good. I do have the Seahawks winning this, and I do have this at 12 points.
Seahawks 12 points. Okay. Robert.
Do you think when the Rams were there at 19 and the Seahawks took Byron Murphy, it's like they were just like the Rams were like, that was the guy, that was the Aaron Donald replacement. He was in there, he was close, and then there was like, no, he went to division rival in a place where he's really needed because they need people to stop the run. I debated this with the 16. a lot because I don't see a scenario where Bo Nix, even with his 60+ collegiate starts, woohoo for him, throw a fucking parade. I don't see how he competes at all, like at all. Byron Murphy's going to eat him alive, like literally. I think like roast on the fucking.
I hope he's Caleb Williams cried at the end of this game.
15 instead of 15.
I should have went higher on this. I didn't, so it is what it is. I guess I had. Yeah, but Houston, yeah, I get you. This should be a fun game. Seattle 15 Scully. So, and Scully and Coho apparently, because I think I'm going to combine them because fuck him. Division game. The Raiders versus. We didn't sign Steel Chargers. I don't know what you're talking about. Should be an interesting game. This is a weird game for me. I am struggling to like because I believe in Antonio Pierce as a head coach. I really do. Like probably the most perfect guy to be the head coach of the Raiders that's ever existed. Because growing up, like that fan base, that like moving to Vegas was really the worst mistake ever. Because like I understand why, but it's like that was the team that was just punch you in the nose, like mean team. You like their colors, their fan base, everything. I believe in one person to be a coach, football coaching mind. I just do. Luckily, he stole both of his brother's running backs. Hopefully, their legs are still attached. Gus Edwards, J.K. Dobbins just run attack that he is just going to put down on everyone's throat this season. Not to mention, probably the best shot for everybody to be like, oh, yeah. That's why Justin Herbert was as hyped as Justin Herbert was. Like, oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
He knows how to get corn-fed, just big fucking angry linemen just to block for him. Like, he's a weird dude. Herbert was locked in an elevator for 8 hours. It didn't, like, the adversity that he showed. If you haven't seen the clip, please go watch Herbert. It's great. He's like, I wish I was in that elevator with him.
Yeah.
I'm going Chargers, and I'm going 8 points on them. I think they were bad last year, but we have to remember why they were bad. They were bad because they had the worst head coach in the NFL running that team. One of the worst.
What?
I think, yes, Keenan Allen's gone, Mike Williams gone. I don't think that matters as much. Yes, Quentin Johnson, terrible hands, blah, blah, blah. I just think they have talent that they're going to find out, and I think Harbaugh's the guy to get them over the hump. And I think the Raiders have a defense. They don't have a fucking offense. They don't have an offense. They are terrible. They have a great tight end that was at Georgia. I'm hoping that he's good, but he's got Gardner Minshew and Devontae Adams. Other than that, he's still got to get them to him. So I'm going to go Chargers, 8 points. Whoever wants to go next. I'm tired of calling on people.
I'll go. We're almost in lockstep. I have the Chargers at 9. Somebody brought up Jim Harbaugh's the kind of guy who will remind them that they lost 63-21 late in the season, albeit with Easton Stick at quarterback. And like, remember when they came into your house or whatever? Remember they fucking shit on you? That's the kind of shit Jim Harbaugh would say to them and get them hype. So Chargers start off strong.
Who's got it better than us? Nobody. You have 9 points?
Yep.
Okay. Who wants to go next?
I lived this already. Jim fucking Harbaugh.
Fuck off, Mark.
Jim fucking Harbaugh. I don't think you guys can understand the difference that guy makes on a football team unless you have experience. At the Niners, I think the 3 seasons before he showed up, it was 7-9, 8-8, and 6 wins. I think it was 6 wins in 2010. He just grabbed that fucking team and took it to the NFC Championship game. And we were one fucking weird bounce of the football in overtime away from the Super Bowl that season.
Oh my God, Grandpa, get over it. World War II happened.
Never.
already.
Then he goes to Michigan and immediately makes that team competitive. He couldn't get over a hump for a long time until he did. So, yeah, the Chargers are going to surprise a bunch of people this year. I just want to see it first. So I'm going to go Chargers with 7 points, but I feel like later in the season, this is going to be like a higher point team for me, solidly. I believe in Harbaugh.
Since before you Panama jackass just ran through Mark Menchaca, Mark, go ahead and speak. I'll speak for you.
I'm just kind of looking at, the standings and what they would be like if my picks are right. The NFL will be a weird place, if that happens. I'm kind of hoping it does. Listen, I know we went like 10 rounds in this weirdly whenever we did the wide receiver rankings, but I mean, the Raiders right now have a better offense than the Chargers. You said Devontae, they got Bowers. I know we'll go back and forth whether or not fucking Jacoby Myers is a good wide receiver. He proved it last year, but whatever.
Did he?
Yes.
Whatever. But we're past it. The Raiders, I think, should win this game. But if they're gonna lose to anybody, it's gonna be the Chargers. It feels like a weird game. I think the Raiders probably still do. I kind of want to see it from the Chargers. I think the Chargers are probably the biggest wild card this year, just because. Yeah, they probably had the biggest upgrade in head coach in this season, but at the same time, they just don't there's just nothing about how that team is made up that gives me confidence. So yeah, I'm going with the Raiders. It's 4 points for me. It's not super high, but I feel I just got to see it.
4?
4. Yeah, 4.
It's going to be really weird when they get to a 5 minute left in the game and they don't just piss down their own fucking leg and they actually make good sound calls that Harbaugh does instead of standing just give it fucking back to them. See what they fucking can do. Scully's 3 points, Raiders. Bar.
Do you know how much this team loves Antonio Pierce? They're
You
ready to run through a
don't know how
fucking
much.
wall for that man. Okay? Max Crosby will hang a priest for that guy. Let's be honest with you.
Don't put that on him.
Look, Harbaugh is a great coach, but the Chargers are going to take time before they finally click under him, I think. Give me the Raiders for 10 points.
And you say that the offense is arguably better than the Chargers. I disagree with you. Yes, Devontae Adams, quality. Bowers hasn't done it in the NFL yet. Remember Kyle Pitts? Everybody's the next coming of Christ. That man's going to erase everything. Didn't do shit. And I think the difference between Gardner Minshew and Justin Herbert is miles. So at that point, I don't think they're that far. Yes, Devontae Adams, I think you can throw it up to anybody, but even with people just throwing up to him, they still lost. And Jacoby Myers is whatever.
Oh.
Sorry. This should be a fun game. On the call, we have a lot of big Dallas Cowboys fans.
This is where I think Mark's 16 points is.
How about them Cowboys? Cowboys coming in to the dog pound. Dude, I hope Myles Garrett makes fucking Dak Prescott cry. So I don't want to give my point value yet for this, but my thing is there's an issue that is facing the Dallas Cowboys. And I think it faces a lot. And I understand plug and play. I've said that before. Dallas struggled very much at running the ball last year. They struggled, especially when they got to the red zone. They couldn't punch it across. You know who you're not going to be able to punch it across with these geriatric fucks you're going to roll out? You're not going to be able to do that in Cleveland. You're going to have to beat them over the top. And the secondary of Cleveland ain't bad. They are now, I think there's a lot of question marks on the offense for Cleveland. There is. Does Deshaun Watson care about football anymore? Unsure. But you know who is backing him up this year? Eat that W.
Yeah.
The man that practices the weirdest way possible. The only 30 for 30 guy in the NFL ever. Jameis Winston with LASIK eye surgery. He broke his back and played. I'm telling you, if Deshaun ain't up for the task, there's one guy that's up for that task, and it's Jameis Winston. So, overall, I think it's going to be close. I would like to hear what everybody says before I lock in my point value.
I do not trust Deshaun Watson. I do not trust Deshaun Watson on the road. I do not trust Deshaun Watson. He's a chode. So, here's the thing. I don't like, as an Eagles fan, I don't like the Cowboys. But they've got a good quarterback wide receiver pairing. They've got a strong defense. I think that they're going to win this game. I may be putting the point value too high on this one, but I had to put them somewhere. I had this at 14, the Cowboys winning.
Fuck.
Okay, so thank you so much because I didn't need everybody to talk. Barr was actually the perfect person to talk. He made no fucking sense when he just spoke. I have Cleveland 9 points. I think if you look up the road splits between Cleveland at home versus away, home, they beat some massive teams last year. Massive teams at home. They struggled on the road. You know who struggles when they get outside that dome? The Dallas Cowboys. They struggle on the road. They struggle when it's not a turf field. I think overall, I don't know how the weather's supposed to be either, but if it's anything, give me the Browns. 9 points. I think I may be wrong. Like, I could definitely be wrong on this game. But I don't think Dak's head's in it. I don't like the contract year, all of it. They don't have a running game.
I disagree there.
You what?
I think Dak's going to be zoned the fuck in.
No. Dak can't be zoned in. Dak is the opposite of zoned in. He's the bitch blind boy when stuff doesn't go his way. Like, he can't, and he doesn't show up in big moments ever. No. It could be the regular season Cowboys, but I think their window has closed. I think they had a shot. They lost that shot. They lost this season when Derrick Henry was sitting out there for $8 million a year, and they didn't go grab him. If they would have grabbed Derrick Henry, I think they win this division. I think they run away with it. I think they're that strong because they cleared up the biggest hole in their entire game. They decided to say, you know what? Bring Ezekiel Elliott back. Well, fat ass has been sitting on the couch, and he's not doing anything. So, done deal. Cleveland by 9. Dumbass.
You're the one who pointed in that direction.
I thought your Raiders pick was bad. This is even worse.
The Cowboys always start their first game strong.
Yeah, but normally they start with a cushy schedule. Cleveland's not cushy. Who'd they open with last year? Who did Dallas open?
They play the fucking
Giants. They play the Giants tonight, I think.
This ain't the Giants, buddy. This is the Myles Garrett. Eat his ass. Ooh.
Remember when they were supposed to play the Niners and both be 4-0, but they couldn't fucking beat Arizona, so they were 3-1. Nice.
Yeah, this team lost to Arizona.
Lost in Dallas.
To a guy that has run game. Who wants to talk? Who go?
Sure. I'll go. Yeah, the Cowboys are fucking mid, and I hate to have to pick them. They do start strong some of the time, But when I look at Cleveland, Nick Chubb is still out, and he's the guy I like. And to have to consider that they're either going to have a quarterback starting that likes to grab her by the pussy or a literal rapist, I just have to go with the Cowboys. Although I'm only going to go 4 points on the Cowboys.
How about them Cowboys?
I'm in lockstep with Nazario. I have Cowboys at 4. I hate the Browns, and I think they suck. They have a lot of injuries on the offensive line, which is not abnormal. I don't know how. I don't know how they produce points in this game. I don't know how most the teams in general, either side, produce points. But yeah, I think it's gonna be one of those things where they start slow, the Browns, and people are like, "Well, does crab legs Jameis have to come in and it's the steal from the supermarket, steal from Deshaun's supermarket, and run with this team." So I'm picking the Cowboys at 4 as well. I don't like it, and weather, it's partly cloudy and 67 in Cleveland that day, so no weather.
Listen,
Yeah.
This is
Oh,
it.
listen.
This is it. I love this. He's doing it.
I can't believe this. is
I'm
the
not-
one.
I made this case last week. Okay, I think we're all kind of sleeping on the Browns. I don't think it fucking matters that they don't really have an offense.
Yeah.
I don't think it does. The defense is really fucking good, and also we're what is this? Is this we're acting like Dak is going to show up in a big time game right off the bat, against one of the league's best defenses?
Come
I don't
on.
see it.
Feed me. Feed me.
I am putting my sack on the table in this one. Give me the Browns for 16
My God.
points.
What?
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Mark's-
you
Mark's
talked
like-
about putting your sack on the table, and
I know,
immediately his family
that's
comes
what I'm
in.
saying. And now we gotta keep talking about stuff.
I think you canceled Cody unintentionally.
Uh-oh. This is trouble.
The wife came in, and she's like, "What are they saying?"
What are we
No.
talking about? This is a football show.
Okay. Sorry.
Did Mark get you canceled?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, just love me stuff. Okay. Gonna fly through these next picks because got some stuff at home. We're going Washington versus Tampa Bay. Who wants to go first? Go ahead.
Go ahead.
11 points, Tampa Bay. Just gonna keep it there.
Okay. I'm Tampa Bay, 10 points. Well, Bar, you're 10, or you're 11. I wrote 11 for me. All right. Who else?
Let the baker bake. 14 points. I thought this was going to be a 16 game for Mark.
That's what I thought after I lost
I
it, but
thought
no,
so too,
he's
yeah.
he has something to
I
prove.
knew it. I fucking knew it.
Tampa Bay is 12 points for Scully. He also had 5 points for Dallas.
Yeah, I don't know. It feels like this could possibly be the big Jaden Daniels breakout game. I don't know. Which is why I still got the Bucks, but they're at 6 points.
I like
Okay.
I like the Manders. I wish they were playing somebody a little worse. I have Bucks at 13.
We'll fly Detroit versus the Los Angeles Rams, co-host 6th best team of the season. I have the Lions at 13 points.
I'm in lockstep with you.
I don't believe in the Rams at this. I think they're good. I think they're a fine team. I just think Dan Campbell is going to have 6 coffees before this happens. He is going to be screaming. He's ready. He gets his team ready. I think they're better than they were last year overall. I think more years under it, I think just works. I think Gibbs another year, even if he's injured, I still think they have great backup in David Montgomery. So I have 13 for the Rams. Who else?
I'm lockstep, 13 points. Detroit.
Lions at 12. Lions at 12 for me.
Okay.
I have a little more faith in the Rams than you guys, but still pick the Lions only for 6 points.
Yeah, it's gonna be probably one of the closest games of the week. Probably, I'm picking the Lions still, but they're my 1-pointer. Like, I mean, yeah.
Whoa.
I could definitely see that. That makes
Yeah.
I don't disagree with the pick at all. And then the last game, it's Monday Night Football. It is the Jets. I've told everybody I'm big on the Jets versus the 49ers. But I'm not an idiot. It is Rodgers. It is against the 49ers. So history has a way of repeating itself. I have the 49ers for 3 points, though. By the way, Scully had Detroit at 11. Who else wants to go?
I would love nothing more than the Jets to show out in this game. Rodgers have like 400 yards and 3 touchdowns. It'd be the greatest day ever. But, it's the beginning of the season. So, I picked the Niners for 3 points.
Okay. Bar.
Everyone's paid, so everyone's going to be more focused on beating the Jets. Niners 8 points.
It's not bad games though. Like Ayuk and Trent Williams are going to be kind of.
Robert.
I thought Bar was going to make a rhyme about they all got paid, so they'll all get laid. But I guess he kept himself from that. So that's fine. Good restraint, Bar. I appreciate that on you. Niners at 8. I fucking hate the Jets. I fucking hate Aaron Rodgers. Fuck them up their asses. So yeah.
Nazario.
Aaron Rodgers is starting second season with the Jets on a Monday Night Football game. We have Leonard Floyd. Wouldn't be the funniest thing if we take him. Having said that, like I obviously gonna pick the Niners, but this is scary because I don't really know what's gonna happen to Aaron Rodgers. He could be old school Aaron Rodgers or kick our ass, or he may, I don't know, be old man crazy ass Rodgers and not do that. So I'm gonna go with the Niners for 10. I feel like kind of middle of the road. I wish I was more solid on it, but it is what it is.
Scully is at 6 points for the Niners. All right, so we're gonna go quick. This is your eliminator pick. While you're locking in for your eliminator, I will lead off. My for sure fire pick is gosh, it's gonna backfire on me. Watch, but I'm gonna do it. No, I'm gonna actually play safe this year. I don't know how many times I'll pick this team because I don't know health wise of somebody. But my pick is I'm just gonna make it easy. I'm gonna pick Cincinnati. I'm gonna pick Cincinnati over New England. I think it's clear cut. And if they lose, that's hilarious. That's just I did that. That's great. We'll go Bar. What's your eliminator pick this week? Again, you pick a team, they win. You can't pick that team again, but if you lose, you're out. You won't have one next year.
Remind me of the rule. Am I allowed to pick the same team? Someone else did?
That's me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, but not your same team if you keep winning.
So you're
Right.
picking
Right.
Cincinnati.
Yeah, I'm going to pick Cincinnati.
What?
Hang-
Nazario.
Bears!
Okay. Mark.
I feel like I always did some dumb, wacky shit with my eliminator pick. So, I'm just going to pick the Browns for this one.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, boy.
This man is going for broke. Remember, what number you said on this call has to be put into the ESPN at that point value. You don't get if we learn on Friday somebody tore their ACL, we're living with what the points were when we said it on the show. No one can switch. So, and I have it all written down, so I know if you're a fucking liar. Robert.
Give me the 12th man. Give me Seattle against Bo Nix. I want to get off strong.
All right. I do not have Scully's. I will ask him. I will notify the chat. Well, I'll tag it in the chat. And I have none of co-hosts. Co-host did not show up, so I don't know what to do on that.
Trial by combat. Those two.
We will discuss his punishment next week. That's the show. We will be back. Next week will be a longer show, probably because we will have a lot to discuss over the NFL season. Go enjoy Thursday, Friday, college football Saturday, and then Sunday, Monday. Great slate, great games. Just don't watch shit games. I'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.